Imagine being offered absolutely anything for your final meal. Steak, lobster, pizza, ice cream, but instead just ask for a simple cup of black coffee. That was the final decision made by one of America's most infamous female serial killers. But to understand why Aileen Wuornos chose such a hauntingly simple last meal, you first have to understand the extraordinary, tragic and deeply controversial life that led to her execution. Aileen Carol Wuornos was born on February 29th, 1956 in Michigan. From the very beginning, her life was very unstable. Her parents separated before she was even born, and her father, who was later convicted of child sex abuse, died by suicide while serving a prison sentence. She never got to meet him. Her mother abandoned her and her brother when they were very young, leaving them to be raised by their grandparents. According to later accounts, Aileen experienced severe abuse through her childhood and became homeless as a teenager. She later survived through prostitution and hitchhiking, living on the margins of society for years. These experiences have often been cited as important context for understanding her life, though they do not excuse the crimes that followed. By the late 1980s, Aileen was living in Florida and supporting herself through sex work, often meeting clients along the highway. In 1986, she began a relationship with a hotel maid named Tyra Moore. Friends described Moore as one of the few stable relationships in Aileen's life, but everything would change just 3 years later. Between 1989 and 1990, 7 men were shot and killed across Florida. Most men were found abandoned in wooded areas near highways. Their cars had disappeared, and the investigators soon realised that they were hunting a serial killer. Wuornos admitted to the killings, but consistently claimed that the men had either raped or attempted rape on her, and she acted in self-defence. Prosecutors rejected these claims, arguing that the killings were motivated by robbery and presenting evidence that led to multiple murder convictions. The question of whether any individual killing involved self-defence remains debated, but the courts ultimately found her guilty. The breakthrough came after witnesses identified Aileen and linked her to one of the victims' stolen cars. Police located Tyra Moore and persuaded her to cooperate with the investigations. During a series of recorded phone calls, Moore encouraged Aileen to confess.
We were sitting on the floor watching TV, and she just come out and said, "I have something to tell you." And I asked her what, and she said that she had shot and killed a man that day.
Eventually, Wuornos admitted to the killings, leading to her arrest in January 1991. Wuornos was convicted of the murder of Richard Mallory and eventually received multiple death sentences for the additional murders. During the appeals, her behaviour became increasingly erratic. She fired attorneys, demanded that the appeals stop, and repeatedly insisted that she wanted the execution carried out.
And that is what led to one of the most epic courtroom outbursts of all time. Take a look.
I have made peace with my Lord, and I have asked forgiveness. I am sorry that my acts of self-defense ended up in court like this, but I take full responsibility for my actions. It was them or me. I am sorry for all the pain that my actions have caused. I am prepared to die if you say it is necessary.
I sentence you in case number 91-463 to death for the murder of Troy Burris. Case number 91-304. I sentence you to death for the murder of Charles Humphreys. Case number 91-112, Citrus County case number. I sentence you to death for the murder of David Spears.
Thank you. And probably see, I'll be up in heaven while y'all are rotting in hell.
He will handle
I
that.
hope you
If
get
not,
to meet one of these
the
days.
Fifth Circuit to handle that.
Okay, there will be an automatic appeal. You have the right to an appeal. Mr. Glazer, is that going to be handled by you
May
or the
your
public
wife and
defender?
kids
John,
get raped.
I would ask that you would
Right
appoint
in
the
the
public office.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to handle the appeal. There's one other thing that I want to say that I think needs to be said.
I know I was raped. You aren't nothing but a bunch of scum.
Therefore, these proceedings are now
Putting
completed.
somebody who was raped to death.
For over a decade, Wuornos remained on Florida's death row. She gave several unusual interviews in which she claimed she was being mistreated and made bizarre statements involving conspiracies and supernatural beliefs.
You killed 7 men, 7 strangers. Does that not make you a serial killer?
So I didn't kill them every day, did I? Did I go out there every day and say, I'm gonna kill? If I did, there would be
hundreds. Well, no, it took you 12 months.
Yeah. And that's a hell of a lot of men I went through before the next jerk came along, and I used protection, like a condom.
So it was
AIDS.
It was self-defense.
Yeah.
Lee, the first one, perhaps. The second, maybe. But
so
7 times?
So what? Those men were shot, just shot in self-defense. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they weren't cut up, they weren't sliced up. No OJ jazz, you know. And he said I did the most horrendous crime in the whole wide world.
Not true?
I guess not. All they were was shot and left. If it was a horrendous crime, why didn't I shoot them between the eyes, cut their penis off, stick it in their mouth, you know, do all kinds of gross stuff? All they were was shot and left, you know?
7 men.
Yes,
and I'm asking you, what got you to kill the 7 men?
And I'm telling you, because the cops let me keep killing them, Nick. Don't you get it?
Not everybody is killing 7 people. So there must have been something in you that was getting you to do that.
Oh, you are lost, Nick.
So
I was a hitchhiking hooker.
Right.
Running into trouble. I shoot the guy if I ran into trouble. Physical trouble. The cops knew it. When the physical trouble came along, let her clean the streets. And then we'll pull her in.
But
that's
how come
why.
there was so much physical trouble in because it was all in 1 year? 7 people in 1
Oh,
year.
well. Oh, well.
But why not say now?
Because I'm out of retaliation for taking my life like this and getting rich off it all these years in total pathological lying. Yeah, thanks a lot. I lost my fucking life because of it. Couldn't even get a fair trial. Couldn't even get a fair investigation or nothing. Couldn't even have my appeals right. You sabotaged my ass, society, and the cops, and the system. A raped woman got executed. It was used for books and movies and
her mental health became the focus of public discussion as her execution date got closer. Despite being able to request any meal within the prison limits, Aileen Wuornos declined a last meal entirely. Instead, she requested a cup of black coffee, and that is what I've got to the left of me. And that is what these series of videos are doing. So I'm testing out every single food the death row inmates had for their last meal. And Aileen Wuornos had a cup of black coffee, and that is what I have got in my cup, if you can see it without spilling it. It is in there, but I'm not a massive coffee drinker. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker at all, and that is horrible. But let's continue on the story about Aileen Wuornos. It's one of the simplest and haunting last meal requests ever recorded. On October the 9th, 2002, Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection at Florida State Prison. Moments before her death, she delivered one of the strangest final statements ever recorded. I'd just like to say, I'm sailing with the rocks and I'll be back like Independence Day. With Jesus, big mothership and all, I'll be back. She was pronounced dead at 9:47 AM. Even decades after execution, Aileen Wuornos remains one of the most debated individuals in American criminal history. Some say she's a ruthless serial killer. Others believe her life reflects the devastating effects of prolonged abuse, trauma, mental illness, and violence. Her story has inspired documentaries, books, and Academy Award-winning 2003 film Monster. For someone whose life was filled with violence, chaos, and controversy, Aileen Wuornos' final meal couldn't have been any more ordinary. One simple cup of black coffee marked the end of one of America's most infamous criminal cases. A reminder that sometimes the smallest final become the ones history remembers the most. If you enjoy this type of video, please let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to see more of these, please let me know. We'll see you in the next one.